In this video I'm going to show you how to insert a background onto your rooms, so you'll have the effect of maybe a real life image on the background of your maze. Now you could do one image that takes you on each of you can use on the same image on each of the levels, or you could vary it and you could have 3 different images on 3 different levels. It's entirely up to you, but the process is exactly the same. If you do go with having different images on different backgrounds, you're going to have to make sure that you create sprites for each of the images you want to use. Okay, so as you can see at the moment, we've got a grey background on room 1, we've got a black background on level 2 and level 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to firstly create the sprite that you're going to need and some settings you're going to have to change, and then I'm going to show you how to apply that image to the background. So it's a very straightforward process. So I've already been onto the internet and I've downloaded a suitable image, so I'm going to use desert sands as a background to my maze. What you choose is up to you, and that's going to depend very much on the purpose of your game. Okay, so I'm going to go onto my sprites, I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a new sprite. I'm going to give my sprite a name. So I'm going to call this SPR_background. Okay, and then I'm going to import the image that I've downloaded. So I'm going to import, and there's my image there. So I'm going to select it and open it. It'll say that importing a sprite is an undoable action. That just means that obviously it can't be undone. You'll have to create the sprite again. I'm just going to click yes, and there's my image. Now you can see on the sprite that my image size is 1047 wide by 699 high. What we need, if I just move this out of the way, just if I go back onto the level, what I need is to make sure my image is the right size for my room, and my room sizes are down here, okay, in the room properties. So you can see that mine is 1342 by 768. So I need to resize that image on that sprite to fit the room, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I go back onto my workspace, okay, there's my sprite that I've created. I'm going to go on to this size option here, and I'm going to click the resize sprite. The first thing I'm going to do on this window is to take off the maintain aspect ratio, because what that does, that'll as I change the width, it'll change the height automatically to keep it in aspect. Okay, we don't want to do that, we want it to fit the room. So I'm just going to untick that, and now it's just a case of changing it to match my room dimensions. So it's 1342 by 768. Okay, now what's important is in the interpolation, we drop the list down there and we select linear. Okay, I don't think it matters so much when you resize the image up, but when you scale the image down, if you make an image smaller, it starts cropping the image rather than resizing it. So that's what we need to make sure that that's selected, and I'm just going to click apply, and that's resized my image now to 1342 by 768. So I can close this background image down now. I'm going to go onto my level, and you can see up in the layers group I've got a background, so I'm going to select background. There's my background properties. It says I can select a sprite, so I'm going to select sprites, go onto my sprites and then choose my background, and you can see there now it has applied my background image to my my level. So if I was to go on to level 2 and I wanted to use a different image, I would repeat the process using a different image, so creating a sprite, resizing it, and then applying it to the background. So let's have a look at see it, just make sure that works in game. So if I run the game, when level 1 loads, I should have my desert background, and there's my desert background. Okay, so you can see that it adds another dimension to the game. So that's how you add background images to your levels.